So you might say this is a double follow-up. First, it is the second fresh hop of 2025. Yay! And then following up to Wayfinder's pretty decent Sirens of Bellamo beer I had just a couple weeks ago. This is another Wayfinder beer too. This is the fresh hop Outlaw Country Kellarbier. Hey, welcome to another episode of Chewing the Brew. So, Kellarbiers. This is second Kellarbier I've had. I believe that a Kellarbier is typically a lager, and Kellarbier it's cellar. It's a cellar beer. So, lagering typically is a colder fermentation process. So fermenting a lager in the cellar might make sense there. It was also another term for kind of the house beer in traditional German establishments, hotels, taverns, etc., where the traveler could find food and lodging, and they would drink the proprietors or the proprietresses' Kellarbier, and it was only available there. I believe the very first Kellarbier I recall having was that at Ferment Brewing down in Hood River, Oregon, and I recall enjoying that one quite a lot. And sorry, got not a hornet, a little fruit fly or something. It's that time of year as more of the windows close, and fruit is inside and whatever. Anyways, yeah, so Ferment Brewing's Kellarbier was a very good Kellarbier, and you could only get it there. They don't bottle it, they don't ship it, they don't sell it. So unlike that, this one is bottled, or canned at least, and shipped. It is a Washington beer, so Wayfinder is out of Portland, Oregon, and yeah, it does say it's a lager beer, and it's a fresh hop. So being that this is not an IPA, it's not a style that is traditionally strongly hopped, but also I prefer my fresh hops to be less hopped styles. Perhaps it's because the fresh hops are a more delicate flavor, and so a beer in which hops are expected to be a more delicate flavor or a less dominant and prominent flavor, that delicateness kind of works well in those. I don't know. It's just kind of what I do. I do prefer those. I mean, I'm not going to turn down a fresh hop IPA. My first of this year was a fresh hop IPA. So we're looking at straw colored, pretty light, very pale, pretty thin. The head is relatively even, very white. And also there's the faintest bit of, no, it's actually it's pretty well transparent. It's a pretty clear beer as well, so filtered somehow. Oh, some lemon and grass. Not necessarily lemongrass, but there's some lemon notes and some grassy notes. A little bit of fruit, but like a green fruit, like a green apple. Also some interesting tropical, like pineapple. Just, they're really faint though. These aren't like strong aromas. And it's not like it's confused. I am naming a lot of different things, but it seems like when I stick my nose in, there's some other little chemical point that I'm picking up. Like a good fresh hop, it smells verdant. It smells alive. It smells like fresh and alive and still growing things. And that's really what you want in a fresh hop. Okay. With the pineapple notes, especially towards the end, they seem to be taking over. I was expecting a brighter beer, but it's not that this is not bright. It's that It has a lightly sweet middle. It has a pretty decent hop bitterness to the finish. Like, that's a pretty good brush. And I'm going to guess that bitterness is going to grow. This is, I doubt they would have an IBU statement on this. Yeah, and it's only 4.7%, 4.68% ABV. So it's a relatively low ABV, which would make sense for a Kellarbier, for a house beer kind of thing. But so there is perhaps just the littlest hint of kind of a bright green fruity note. And there's this big, juicy, sweet middle. And then this pretty strong and pretty immediate, surprisingly immediate, big West Coast, piney, woody hop finish that, frankly, I'm still tasting now. 45 seconds later. The sweetness is really surprising. Like, you're able to taste it really early, and I think together with a relatively low ABV, it makes it taste almost like a near beer or a hop water kind of thing. Like it tastes really like unfermented malts. So I mean, that is what it is. They just didn't ferment it long enough for more of the sugars to be eaten by the yeasts, and then the really kind of big, strong, piney hop finish starts building pretty quickly. This is a tasty beer. I think it's definitely a best drunk cold beer for certain. It's tasty. It's not going to be a super great hot weather beer, but I mean that's fine. Fresh hop beers are late September and October, so no, you're not really having to plan for hot weather for that by any stretch. It's just, it doesn't have any zing or any acidic brightness to it, or crispness really, to give you that refreshing character. Not that it is not refreshing, but the refreshingness of this beer comes from its temperature rather than its flavor. Instead, you get an interesting and tasty set of flavors that, I mean, they work fine together. They don't feel like they're necessarily playing the same tune, but they're not competing with each other either. They're very different, and so you taste each of them separately. Yeah, it's a tasty beer. I think that the fresh hopness of it is more evident to the nose, and then maybe at the very, very beginning of drinking it. Like when you first get it in your mouth, like, oh, there's some brighter, verdant notes. But then after that, you get the really sweet malty middle, and then this really strong, big, but never, I mean, it's not hugely strong. It's just strong for what the rest of the beer is. Hop that grows and is quite pleasant, especially if you enjoy good IPAs. Mostly West Coast style. It's not at all hazy, tropical note kind of thing. Yeah, it's a decent beer. I don't mind it. I'm definitely going to enjoy it. So yeah, let's see. I'm going to say this is, it's 3 stars. It's a good beer, and I'm enjoying it. Is it the strongest of 3 stars? No. It's just fine. It's a tasty beer, and I'm enjoying that I get to enjoy it. And so I shall, because there's plenty more in this can for me to enjoy. Anyways, this is me, Matthew. I have been drinking and enjoying Fresh Hop Outlaw Country by Wayfinder Brewing, my second fresh hop of 2025. And I will catch y'all on the flip side.